What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back once again, and with so much hype that has been going around for different games, and not exactly always getting a lot of information on gaming, I figure I just go ahead and start continuing what more games I would like to see that are coming up, whether it be in a couple years or not, like I've been doing. And so we're going to be continuing on with Spider-Man or Marvel Spider-Man 2. Now, again, I would love for this game to come out rather quickly. But again, at the same time, we all want it to be great, right? So I thought I'd just go ahead and continue on what I expect from this game, what I want to see in this game. Let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments, about who would you like to see down in this, or just at any point in time, who would you like to see in the game? Again, with the way both Miles Morales as well as Spider-Man ended, I would presume, again, that we are going to be seeing Venom in this next game. He's going to be created by, of course, what looks to be Norman Osborn, as well as also Dr. Kirk Connors. Now, what's going to be rather interesting in this is, again, with him being engineered, but at the same time, we're going to be seeing a huge, I would say, not really a turnaround, but something that I know a lot of fans, including myself, have been wanting to see is the black suit. Now, we don't know what could happen. Honestly, what I would love to see happen is Harry to get out of the tank, him to be fine, then him throughout missions, wherever it could be, while you're doing other missions, it could just show that he's been acting weird, and maybe Mary Jane or somebody says, well, hey, Peter, maybe you need to talk to him or something, and then something happens, and then maybe some of the symbiote gets on Peter, and then Peter starts acting different, and that's maybe before the symbiote actually takes a hold of possible Harry, and then while at the same time you get the symbiote suit, and then you start acting, not yourself, and then finally you just get out of control, and then someone's probably got to stop you, which I would presume Miles. I think that would be pretty cool to see a fight between Miles as well as Peter at some point, because I think a lot of people, including myself, would love to see that, especially if he gets literally out of control to the point where he has no choice but to be stopped by his apprentice, so to speak. Because if I can speak for everybody, I think I'd love to see Black Suit Spider-Man versus Miles. I'm gonna be blunt. I would love to see that, because again, also, if you could see Venom in this, I would love to see maybe something along the lines of between Venom to the Lizard to maybe Green Goblin or the Hobgoblin, something along those lines, to where I know a lot of fans, including myself, want to see more other characters. Of course, we got to see, Rhino, Scorpion, Shocker. We got to see Dr. Octavius. We got to see, of course, the main Insidious 6, but there was a couple others that decided to make their appearance, which again was perfectly fine. But at the same time, I personally would rather see what exactly we are going to be seeing in the next game. Now, a lot of those, including myself, once again, will say, what exactly do we do? Do we wait for this game? Of course, but at the same time, what exactly do we do? What would you rather see? And I can kind of see Insomniac Games just sitting there going, okay, what can we do to please all these fans? But at the same time, we have to worry about making an income, as well as also projecting a good story. And honestly, I think a good story would be obviously being able to continue doing the same thing that they've been doing for the past couple games. Not really have a new location, but maybe be able to transfer to a different location. Like maybe have Peter in maybe one country or a different state at some point in the game, and then maybe have, I would say, Miles at another point in the game, or maybe in New York or somewhere else, where he's like, hey Pete, I gotta do this, or hey Pete, I gotta go on a field trip, or something to where they have to be out of the state while other things are going on, to maybe handle another villain or be able to handle something that is out of their control. I personally would love to see that. Now, again, graphics, I think graphics are going to be absolutely amazing. What can I see this being on? More than likely a PS5 and the new Xbox One, as well as also possibly PS4. Depends if it's going to be backwards capability, which again, I hope it is. I hope it will be. But at the same time, I'm hoping that it's going to be upgrading rather than what we saw in PS4, because I know a lot of people have been saying, oh, it's a lot better than PS4, that the PS5 is better to play on, which again is debatable depending on your style as well as what you want to play. That's just what I've been hearing. But at the same time, I prefer for me myself that I currently have a PS4. I do not have a PS5, and I'm not going to be getting a PS5 unless something like, let's say, Spider-Man 2 comes out and it's required to have a PS5. Then obviously, yes, I'm going to get a PS5 if there's going to be a bundle of some kind, which again I could see them doing, or PlayStation or Xbox, something along those lines, where I could see more than likely PlayStation doing the same thing that they did previously with the PS4 and the Spider-Man bundle, which I think would be a great thing to do for them once again if the second one does come out. Now again, when is this possibly going to be coming out? I would say probably 2022 or 2023, probably 2023 at the latest. I think that especially after them working on Ratchet and Clank, that their focus is now going to be solely on the new Spider-Man, and I think was a good move on their part. But at the same time, I know a lot of people, including myself, is eagerly waiting. We're hungry for more of the Marvel Spider-Man universe, and I know that it's just a great story, great character development, great character progression. And honestly, another thing I would love to see with the universe is to be able to play as both characters whenever you want, especially after the game. And if you're able to play as Spider-Man, at least be able to play recustomize yourself in the black suit after you complete the story or whatever may have you. Due to that way, you can still be able to play in the black suit just like you would in any of the other suits in the first game, as well as the Miles Morales game. So again, those are just my thoughts. I know I got some more thoughts that I'm going to be talking about, especially when we see more footage as well as everything else. So that's all my thoughts as I have right now. I figure I'll go ahead and give you guys a short little video on what my thoughts were. But what were your thoughts about this down in the comments down below? I'd personally love to know. Would you guys like to see this? What would you like to see? What characters would you like to see? Me personally, I know we're probably going to be seeing Venom, Green Goblin, the Lizard. I'd also like to see Hobgoblin. I'd also like to see probably Sandman, maybe. I'm not entirely sure, because all the main villains that I would say that we saw, we may even see Carnage in the future. I mean, who knows? I mean, with all the Venom hype we got going on right now, I mean, who knows? But those are just my thoughts, guys. Take it as you will. I'd like to know what your thoughts are once again down in the comments. And as always, I'll see you guys on the very next one.